Derry was desolate. It was bombed to, it was, practically derelict. There was no opportunities, and my three brothers weren't academic, and like they were leaving school, and people always say, why did they join the security services? I think it's for two reasons. There was an element of, well, we need to protect our community, and rather you can do that one or two ways. You can join paramilitary groups, or you can join the British Army or the police, and they chose the legal route. Others, my other brother and other friends who joined the Youth Irish, says they did it because there's no other job opportunities. It was money, there was no options. There was no factories. There were nowhere for working class young Protestants to gain employment the same way as it was for many young nationalists, I imagine. So they joined the security services because of that. A job came up in Tullyalley in 1996. It was kind of the start of the kind of Peace One, I suppose, then. At that time, if you remember, the environment in Northern Ireland was still volatile, but there was still a sense of working towards something different, and now in reflection, it was kind of really that early stages of what became the Good Friday Agreement. So there was a strong emphasis coming from certain funders around peace building work, and Tullyalley were the first Protestant area in Derry to apply for a job for a worker there. And in the job description it says, we're interested in someone who can develop a village plan, a regeneration plan for Tullyalley. And that was along really what I was doing in terms of university. And I thought, well, that'd be good, might as well try here. And we also did a lot of really good, innovative peace building work too. We would develop a youth club. We worked on 5 subcommittees. It worked with all demographics and generational issues as well. And we were on the ground working on the interface with problems occurring here in Tullyalley. We worked with young loyalists. So on the one hand, we were working on the physical regeneration, but we also did a lot of the peace building stuff. And I kind of found it really rewarding, really, really hard work, but really rewarding. And I got offered a job in the planning service quite quickly afterwards, but decided to stay in the community sector because I realised that, it's going to be far more interesting than working in building control or administration. So I was kind of at a liking for youth work, so I got involved in that anyway, but I became very much the kind of community development worker, and then we hired a qualified youth worker and different staff then to look at the different sections. But I kind of threw myself into everything. So you could have been working, doing a meeting on a Monday that was more strategically based. Then at 12 o'clock at night, you would still have been there on the interface trying to stop young ones from being involved in bother. So it was a whole combination of kind of everything. But as I said, it was new and we were learning. And what I said was really important that time as well was that we learnt a lot from colleagues and working in the community sector in Catholic areas. I remember we worked very closely with the Craig and Neighbourhood Partnership, and again, it may sound rhetorical, but it was pretty clear quite quickly that the Catholic community were much more community-minded and much more experienced and skilled in grassroots community development work. And so we spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time speaking to people there and learning from them and getting advice from them and sharing models of projects that worked. It was fantastic. And there was a formal partnership then with the Craig and Neighbourhood Partnership there, with a lady called Pauline Collins and others from there. And, so we learned on the ground very quickly. And I suppose that's why I enjoyed it, because no 2 days were ever the same. We made a lot of mistakes as well, but it was a great experience.